Hi, I'm Nibzscape, and I'm a noob. If you're a noob like me, that struggles with the fight caves, or maybe you just want your very first fire cape, then this guide's for you. Why watch my guide when there's hundreds of guides out there? Well, most of them probably done it on their first, second, maybe third attempt. It took me a little bit longer than that, but yeah, I'm definitely a lot more comfortable now, and I've picked up a lot of tips and tricks along the way. And I thought I'd make a quick video there to share it with you guys. Maybe it helps you out as much as it helped me. First things first, we'll go over the requirements. So I recommend 43 plus prayer, and that's for the protection prayers. It's going to help you massively get through the cave, and it's very much needed to get past Jad. I also recommend 75 plus range. That is to wield the blowpipe, which is going to make it a lot easier to get through the waves, and also killing Jad, you're going to get a lot more DPS in. It's definitely doable without the blowpipe, but higher range you're always going to hit more anyway, so I recommend as high as possible. So before we go into any gear setups, I'll quickly go over my first tip, and that is to get Jad on task. So if you go to Neve, Steve or Joradel, you can go to Hot Stuff. So you unlock that for 100 Slayer points, and then obviously you can use the Slayer Helm, which gives you an extra 15% range damage as long as it's imbued. So that will help you get through the waves a lot faster, and also help you kill Jad a lot faster. So the less time you can spend in there, the better. Okay, so for the gear setup, obviously if you've got on Slayer Tash, you're going to definitely want to be using the Slayer Helm. It gives that 15% extra damage. It's going to help out massively. You're obviously going to want your best assembler, tractor, whatever you've got to get your arrows back, and obviously gives you a little bit of range. Obviously your best necklace, I've got the Anguish here. Obviously you can downgrade that to a Fury, it wouldn't be too much of an issue. I've got Blessed D-Hide. That's going to give you a little bit of an extra prayer bonus. It's as good as normal Black D-Hides. If you can't afford the Bless, you can go down to Black D-Hides. If you can't afford the Bandos D-Hide boots, you can go down to Snake Skin. I've got Barrow's gloves. You can obviously downgrade that to the Blessed D-Hide Van braces. They're next to nothing. Obviously, if you've got 75 range, you're going to be wanting to use the Toxic Blowpipe. It's definitely going to put out a lot more DPS than a Rune Crossbow. If you can't afford the Blowpipe, you can obviously use the Rune Crossbow. If you're not on task, I'd recommend either using the Varix Helm, because it gives quite a nice, tidy defense bonus. If not, you can just use the Bandos Coif or any Blessed D-Hide Coif. If you want a little bit more tankier gear, you can use the Carol's Skirt, Carol's Road Top, maybe with the Varix Helm. And that will do just as good as the Blessed D-Hides. Maybe if not better. I don't really use that. I usually go for the Blessed D-Hides. So for the inventory, I use 2 ranging potions. I use 8 to 10 Saradomin brews, and then the rest are all super restores. You guys are going to want to mix and match that to suit your needs and how much you flick the monsters, how much damage you take, and so on. So yeah, that's the inventory setup. Okay, so for my next tip, and this is something that helped me out massively, is I actually practice Jad and get comfortable with Jad before actually ever facing Jad. So what I do is I have it split screen. I have my character open on one side, and then I have a video playing on the other side. And when it goes through the Jad fight, I do the prayer flicks correctly. And if I make a mistake, basically I just restart and then do the video again. And I kept doing that over and over and over again for probably about 30 minutes. And by the end of it, I was so comfortable with the flicks. I was doing other things as well. So like as you can see now, I'm running about shooting while doing the prayer flicks. And yeah, it definitely helped me get a lot more comfortable with Jad. And what I'm actually going to do is at the end of this video, I'm going to timestamp it in the description. But I'm actually going to have a full Jad fight. So you guys can do the exact same thing if you want. Just practice your prayer flicks against Jad before you even get there. Run about, do some other things. If you mess up, restart the video and keep doing it until you're comfortable. Okay, so for the wave breakdown, there's 63 waves total ending on Jad. The first monster to spawn is the Bat, and this drains your prayer. So it's obviously going to be your top priority at all times. Next on wave 3, the Blobs spawn. These are pretty easy to deal with and are a low priority. On wave 6, the Rangers spawn. These are going to be causing you a lot of hassle throughout the cave. At the start, you can use protect from range, but later on, when the mages come, you're going to want to protect from them. So, yeah, these are going to tear you up a new one, but the best thing you can do is kill these as fast as you can. On wave 15, you start to come up against the Melias, and these are usually pretty easy. You can safe spot them on the Italy rock, which I'll be showing you in a second, and they're pretty high priority, but only if you can't safe spot them. On wave 30 onwards, this is when the mages come out, and you're going to want to pray protect from mage at all times when they're present, because they will fuck you up. And believe me, I've been fucked up many a time. In fact, my first 2 attempts, I actually got killed by mages because I was trying to do stupid things like prayer flick them and stuff like that. You can prayer flick them if you've got a lot lower prayer level and you need to do it, but most of the time you can make it a Jad with plenty of supplies. These are quite a low priority though, because most of the time you're going to be protecting from mage anyway, so it's not too bad. Usually you can leave these to last. When going through the waves, basically you just need to prioritise what's going to damage you the most. Obviously, usually you want to kill the bats first because they're going to drain your prayer, which you're going to need. So kill the bats first, and usually the rangers are going to be damaging you, so you're going to want to kill them. Maybe the melee is not safe spotted, so you're going to want to kill that quickly. It's basically just working out in your head, what do I need to kill, what's going to damage me the most. Usually you can pray against something, so something isn't going to be killing you, leave that one, and then just kill them all, and then eventually you'll make it the Jad. It's pretty easy. On wave 62, you've got 2 majors. This is quite an important wave because it lets you identify where Jad's going to spawn. So the off-coloured orange looking major is actually where Jad's going to spawn. This way, obviously, you can see where he's coming from and you're not just going to get one hit and then die. And obviously, the final wave is Jad himself, and we'll go over the actual Jad fight in a little bit. The place you're going to want to be standing for most of the fight is on Italy Rock. This is the rock formation shaped like Italy to the east. Basically, you can safe spot the Melias easy on this. You can also safe spot the major sometimes, but yeah, this is where you're going to want to be standing. So I'll quickly show you how to safe spot the Melias on the Italy Rock. So if they're coming from above, like this one is here, you basically just stand to the left. You get on this tile here, and now it's safe spotted, can't hit you. And if a Melia spawns to the left of you like this, you basically just run to here, and then once again, it's nice safe spotted and can't hit you. Another tip that can help you massively is actually setting up your key bindings. So you do this by going on the options tab, you then go onto the controls, and then you press the F1 button, and this brings up your key bindings. From here, you can change your inventory to F2 and then your prayer book to F3. So basically what this gives you is you can then hover your fingers over those 2 keys on your keyboard, and yeah, you can easily switch between the prayer book and the inventory in, well, extremely fast, and that might help you out massively during the fight caves and especially during the Jad fight. So actually getting through the fight caves is really easy. To be honest, it's all just about prioritising what's going to do the most damage to me, what do I need to kill first, what are the biggest threats in this situation. As soon as you sort of work that out, get used to Italy Rock and the safe spots, and before you know it, it's going to be pretty easy and you'll be making it a Jad, and that's when the old shaky hands come out, and yeah, we'll go over the actual Jad fight now, and then my top tips on how to kill it. So what actually is Jad? Well, Jad is a bastard that fucks you up if you don't pray the right thing. He attacks with range and mage, both protectable for your prayers, and they both do a different animation. It's pretty simple, but it's just keeping calm and doing the right thing. I usually go by the animations, but I also always have the sounds on. It always helps me a little bit, just being able to hear a slight difference and also being able to see it. So first things first, we'll go over a range attack of Jad's. And a mage. So actually before starting the Jad fight, I make sure I get the mage minion, the off-coloured one, down as much as I can. I then overbrew up with the sour brews. I make sure I'm fully restored back up. And then I use a ranging potion just to make sure I'm ready to go, ready to kill Jad. I get my prayers open, and then I put on Eagle Eye and get ready to kill Jad. Obviously the key to Jad is making sure you're getting all the prayers right above anything else. I always make sure I hover over the next prayer, get ready for him to do it, then change it like that. And then, yeah, basically do one action to each prayer. So watch what he does, then do an action, watch what he does, do another action if I can, and it's easy as that basically. At 50% health, Jad will spawn 4 healers. They usually walk past you, so you can grab a couple like that. If there's a healer behind him, what you're going to want to do if you've got the blowpipe is you're going to want to change it to long range, otherwise you're going to end up going within the melee range of Jad and you end up getting one hit, which is not good. The main thing is just to keep as calm as possible. As long as you get your prayers right, you should be fine. Do one action to every attack, so watch for his attack, pray the right thing, do an action. Go straight back, ready to change your prayer if needed. Watch his attack, pray accordingly, and then do an action. It's honestly the best thing you can do. And then just sit back and keep calm and then watch as Jad dies. Honestly, the biggest tip I can give you guys though, the one that helped me the most, is definitely do that side by side. Your character one side of the screen, the video playing the other side. And as soon as you start getting those prayers, watching Jad in your peripheral vision, when you're actually in the fight cave and Jad's right in front of you, it's even easier. And yeah, absolutely helped me massively. Hopefully it helps you guys. As I said at the start, I'm going to have a full Jad fight. If this guide helped you, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down in the description. I'd love to know your stories on Jad. It was one of the most frustrating things I've ever done in the game, but now I'm so much more confident. It's really helped me out, especially some of the tips that I've used in this video. I used myself and it helped me massively. Anyway, I'm going to end the video here, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, Jad fight coming up next.